What's up, everybody? It's your boy Trey Fab. I'm a React content creator slash streamer. I like to react to everything, whether that be basketball or brain rot. I also like to stream anything, whether that be video games or me just yapping about anything from basketball to the WWE, because I'm also a nerd with that, as you can see the spinner belt in the background. If you guys like that type of content, whether it's wrestling, brain rot, or basketball, I'm the guy for you. So today, I'm going to be doing my video essay. Once a week, I upload a video essay just yapping about different topics that I find interesting and giving my perspective on them. So sit back, relax. I'm going to tell you guys why I feel the internet ruined arguing. Now, have you ever found yourself 15 replies deep in an online argument and wonder, how did it come to this? 1 minute you're correcting a tiny mistake on TikTok, and the next you're trading insults with somebody with an anime profile pic on whether or not aliens run the government. Welcome to Arguing on the Internet, a sport of Olympic level mental gymnastics where facts are optional, memes are weapons, and everyone's an expert. In this video, we're going to be diving into how the internet ruined arguing and why I feel as such. I'm going to break down why you should not even argue anymore with people on the internet and what we should do moving forward. So let's get this started. Chapter 1, the social media misinformation machine. Ah yes, social media, connecting the world and collectively dropping our IQ by 5 points a year. It's no secret platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter have basically put misinformation on steroids. False or sensational claims spread like wildfire on these apps, and by the time actual facts show up to the party, the lie has already done a TikTok dance and gone viral. In fact, an MIT study found that false stories on Twitter reaches people 6 times faster than true ones. Listen to that again. That means that more people are likely to hear a false story about an event than they are to hear an accurate one. Let's talk about examples. Ever scroll TikTok and you see some guy claiming that scientists have discovered secret structures under the pyramids of Giza, like this one?
Columns that have been discovered underneath the pyramid. I'm sure you've heard about it recently. It's time to stop believing they were tombs built by Egyptians with chisels and ropes. The Sumerian stories tell of Ningish Zida building the Great Pyramid. And inside there were many crystals, including a huge one called the Gug Stone. That was placed inside here.
Spoiler alert, they didn't, but millions of people believed it. In early 2025, a wild theory about vertical cylinders 2,100 feet beneath the pyramids went viral on social media, with posts racking up huge views. It got so hyped that actual archaeologists had to step in and yell fake news. Didn't matter. By then, TikTok moved on to its next crazy conspiracy, and everybody acted like it never happened. The pattern is simple. Outrageous claim plus snappy 30-second video equals instant bad information. And it's not just TikTok. On Twitter, you got threads from pseudo-intellectual gurus confidently explaining how quantum physics proves telepathy, getting thousands of likes while actual physicists scream into the void. We'll roast those in a bit. But the point here is that social media algorithms love engagement, and nothing engages like outrage and shock value. As one researcher put it, it's easier to be novel and surprising when you're not bound by reality. Translation, lies are spicy, truth is boring. Platforms are basically slot machines for our attention, and the house wins when we share that too crazy to be true post, whether or not it's, true. And let's not forget YouTube. Ever fallen down a late night rabbit hole? One night you're watching a history documentary, or maybe you're listening to me rant about how LeBron is the GOAT. The next, you have a Hello Earth video. Yes, there are folks who took a poetic description of seismic waves and turned it into a Hello Earth fanfic. By the time you stumble into the comments to see the carnage, you've got a dozen armchair geologists caps locking at each other about secret underground civilizations. The bottom line, social media pours rocket fuel on bad arguments. Misinformation isn't a bug, it's a feature. Juicy rumors simply travel better than boring facts in this online ecosystem, and the stage is set for our modern internet arguments, built on shaky facts, propped up by shares and retweets, and ready to implode at any moment. Chapter 2. Enter the deepfakes. What's real anymore? Remember the good old days when you could trust your own eyes and ears in an argument? Not anymore. Now we have AI generated everything: images, videos, voices, further muddying the waters of online truth. It's gotten so bad that at least once a week the internet collectively asks, is this real? Take the case of Pope Francis in a puffer coat. You might recall this banger from 2023. Photos emerged of the Pope swaggering a Balenciaga puffer jacket, looking like the flyest Pope ever. The pics were detailed and immediately went viral. I mean, the meme potential alone was gold. People were duly impressed by the Holy Father's drip. Until it came out, the images were completely AI generated. The Pope never wore the coat. Midjourney, an AI image generator, did. Millions were fooled. And when the truth broke, the collective reaction was, if I fell for a Pope in a puffer, what else can I believe? Now combine that can't trust my eyes feeling with the internet arguments, and it's a nightmare. Someone posts what looks like a legit photo or video as evidence, but it could be totally fake. We've had deepfake videos of celebrities and politicians saying things they've never said. One viral clip even shows Morgan Freeman giving a monologue that he actually never gave. It was a deepfake so convincing that Morgan Freeman himself had to hop online and basically say, yeah, that's not me, it's AI, please stop falling for it. He went on Twitter to thank fans for flagging an AI voice clone of him narrating a TikTok series. Imagine being an actor and discovering AIU is out there dropping monologues without your consent. And it doesn't stop at images or videos. AI can generate fake audio, fake articles, and even fake people. All this AI wizardry means in online debates you can't even agree on basic facts of what happened because someone's proof might just be AI fabrication. It's like arguing in a Twilight Zone. Up is down, real is fake, and meanwhile the views keep climbing. The internet has basically said, if reality isn't entertaining enough, don't worry, we'll auto-tune it until it is. Great for laughs, terrible for truth. Chapter 3, Overconfidence plus cherry-picked facts equals chef's kiss. Now let's get into one of the most toxic ingredients in the stew. Overconfidence fueled by cherry-picked facts, courtesy of Google University and Wikipedia wikis. You've seen this phenomenon. Person A and Person B are arguing, and each is armed with one screenshot of a paragraph that supports their side, which they treat as the ultimate mic drop. Context? Never heard of it. The internet gives us instant access to millions of facts and sources. Sounds great, right? The problem is, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. People will pluck one data point out of a 100-page study, completely ignore any nuance or contrary evidence, and declare victory. It's the age of the armchair expert. Watched a 10-minute video on quantum mechanics? Congrats, you're now smarter than Einstein. And you will tell everyone so in the comments. Read a Wikipedia summary of the fallen Rome? Clearly you're ready to dunk on an actual historian with a 20-tweet thread, because why not? Speaking of Twitter threads, some of the worst pseudo-intellectual nonsense gets packaged into those lengthy threads that go ultra-viral. And it's full of grand claims, maybe a sprinkle of truth, and a lot of BS presented confidently. Thousands of likes, people calling it mind-blowing, and then it turns out to be plagiarized or debunked drivel. This isn't a hypothetical, it literally happens. There was a super viral Twitter thread a while back that word for word plagiarized a decades-old essay, which had already been debunked, and yet scholars and influencers were retweeting it like it was new knowledge. The original poster, not a historian by the way, gained thousands of followers overnight for the intellectual sounding fraud. Due diligence? Didn't have it. It was only after a real archaeologist called them out that people noticed the emperor had no clothes. Or rather, that the Twitter historian had no original thoughts. But by then, the damage was done. The thread's nonsense has entered the echo chamber, and as I saw on Twitter, therefore it's true, was pushed out. The result of this dynamic is everyone's overconfident. A guy on Reddit who skimmed one article about climate change now feels 100% certain he can obliterate a climate scientist in a debate. A Facebook mom who read a blog about vaccines now thinks she's done her research and will fight you to the death in the comments with a cherry-picked stat from 2004. It's the Dunning-Kruger paradox. The less people actually know, the more convinced that they are right. And let's not ignore how this plays in casual fandoms and pop culture debates too. It's not just science or politics. Case in point, LeBron James comment debates. Ever dipped a toe in the replies of an NBA post or a sports forum? It's chaos. You mention LeBron and suddenly it's a war zone. People slinging cherry-picked stats left and right. LeBron's fourth quarter shooting percentage on Tuesdays is worse than Jordan's. Insights flying. LeChoke versus Jordan played against plumbers. Each commentator utterly convinced they have the definitive proof that their guy is the GOAT. It's simultaneously hilarious and depressing. Even something as innocent as sports fans and sports fandom turns into a misinformation battle. By the end, you have meme graphics being posted as evidence and everybody's just talking past each other. No one's conceding a damn thing. Does that sound familiar to you guys? Yeah. The internet have ruined those debates too. Ultimately, instead of thoughtful discussion, we got a confidence contest. Online, being loud and short often beats being accurate. Combine that with the social media fuel, and you have a recipe for never-ending, unproductive fights that each side has a mountain of sources and zero trust in each other's sources. It's the Google foo arms race, and we're all dumber for it. Chapter 4, AI, the new secret weapon for cheaters. If you thought things couldn't get more absurd, let's sprinkle in some AI into the mix. Why bother forming your own arguments at all when you can have a bot do it for you? Yes, indeed, people are now literally using AI tools to win arguments, or at least to flood arguments with more content without breaking a sweat. It's like bringing a machine gun to a snowball fight and the snowballs are made of bullshit. Picture this. Someone on a YouTube post has made a point and posted it. And someone sees this, and instead of personally crafting a reply, they go to GPT and say, hey, make me a snappy comeback with lots of big words and find me sources that back my point. Doesn't have to be accurate, just make it sound good. They turn around and throw that comment at the original poster. And they have to sit there while they're looking at a wall of text with many citations, looking like it was written by Professor Know-It-All. It's essentially intellectual intimidation via chatbot. Never mind that the AI might have just invented half the stats used in this little rebuttal in the heat of an argument. Whoever sounds more legit often wins in the eyes of the onlookers. An AI can sound very legit while being confidently wrong. Which is ironic because the internet taught us humans to be confidently wrong, and now we're teaching machines to do it. That's the circle of life, baby. This has already led to some very sad moments in human history. Take this true story, for example. A pair of lawyers in New York got fined $5,000 because they let ChatGPT write part of their legal brief. And, get this, the AI fabricated 6 court cases that never existed and the lawyers cited them as if they were real. No joke. The AI literally made up case law out of thin air with fake quotes and all. And the lawyers, apparently overconfident or lazy, didn't double check and submitted it to the federal court. The judge was not amused. In his ruling, he pointed out parts of the fake citations were gibberish and basically said attorneys should verify their sources are real. Just saying. So yeah, that happened in real life. If lawyers who have every incentive to be careful are screwing this up, imagine average Joe Smo in my comment section using AI to bolster their argument about, I don't know, why LeBron James sucks. And then they'll drop a beautifully worded paragraph that sounds authoritative, but it might mess up a lot of facts and maybe even say that Paul Pierce was a pacer. It's gotten to the point where the other person is supposed to not only fact check the person, but they also have to fact check what lines the AI is feeding that person. AI is also being used to generate fake articles and fake experts, which people then cite in arguments. It's like a hydra of misinformation. Cut off one fake source, two more pop up. There have been actual news sites and magazines using AI to produce content under what turned out to be fake author names. For example, Sports Illustrated, yes, the sports magazine that's been around forever, was busted for publishing AI written articles under bylines of people who do not exist, complete with AI generated profile pics. One AI writer even had a whole bio and a smiling headshot, but spoiler, dude was imaginary. When journalists investigated, Sports Illustrated had to wipe the articles and act shocked. Oh, our contractor did that? We're totally surprised. Sure, buddy. They even had staff reporters suspecting their articles were AI because they read like garbage. And Sports Illustrated was not alone. Other outlets have quietly tried AI content too, often until someone notices the tons of errors and plagiarism and then they backpedal. One example of this, CNET. I know, I've seen it, especially with your brief love affair with the robo-written finance explainers that turned out half false. The impact of arguing? Well, trust in sources is hitting rock bottom. If even big name publications might serve up AI dribble, people arguing online feel even more justified in just saying fake news to anything they don't like. It feeds the cynicism and the chaos. Now, anytime you cite an article, someone can just retort with, who knows if that's a real person or if it's just AI. It's the ultimate erosion of authority. So now we have rampant misinformation, deepfakes confusing reality, everyone overconfident on half-baked facts, and AI being used to turbocharge the nonsense. Lovely. Which brings me to my conclusion. At this point, arguing on the internet has become less about finding out the truth and more about putting on a show. It's basically WWE, but with infographic memes and snarky tweets instead of steel chairs. Facts are just props to be brandished when convenient and discarded when not. The winner of an online argument isn't who's correct, it's who's got the punchier comeback, the screenshot that makes the other side look dumb, or the bigger army of followers the dogpile in the replies. In a way, the internet turned every debate into a kind of culture war cosplay. People aren't trying to learn or persuade, they're trying to win points and entertain their side. If a debate gets too complicated, it immediately gets derailed by either memes, sarcastic one-liners, or just plain insults. And hey, I love a good meme as much as the next person, but it's hard to have a meaningful discussion when someone responds to a well-resonated argument with just a, yeah, well, you're stupid anyway. The final irony is that this chaotic meme war, even winning an argument, often means nothing. Nobody minds changes. The thread just eventually fizzles out. When everybody gets bored, they move on to the next outrage. The internet's attention span is short, but the screenshots live forever, ready to be dragged out into the next flame as evidence in yet another contextless clash. So how did the internet ruin arguing? By turning it into high-speed, low-quality info free-for-all where outrage outranks insight. And it gave us all a megaphone and simultaneously deafened us to each other. Debates are not now fought with viral myths, fake receipts, AI-generated anything, and an overconfidence that would make even Kanye West say, chill, bro. Truth is out there somewhere, but it's taking a smoke break while we're busy trading memes and calling each other NPCs. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. The first step is admitting we have a problem, and maybe, just maybe, logging off once in a while. The next time you feel the urge to engage in an epic internet argument, consider this. You might be entering a battleground where logic is on life support and facts got suspended for violating community guidelines. Perhaps save yourself the headache. Or, if you must wade in, Do it for the lulz and not because you expect to convince anyone. At the end of all this, guys, the only thing I have to say is if you are going to participate in any type of debate whatsoever, my suggestion is to do it through the phone. Do it through Discord. Do it in person. Don't do it in a comment section. Most of the time, I feel like people only know base level, surface level talking points, or they don't even know anything and they're just copying and pasting either an AI shit that was written up for them, or they're copying and pasting someone else's comment that they agree with. So if you're going to argue with someone, make them defend their point to your face, one-on-one. Make that happen. But if you are going to participate in these online debates, if it's through comment sections, keep in mind, it's never going to turn out the way you want it to be. They don't care about listening to you. They care about making you wrong in any way they can, even if you're not. This is why I don't debate in my comment sections. This is why I'll even make videos like this one where I'll break down the comments and why it's wrong. But I will never sit here and debate you guys in any type of comment section because it's never going to go anywhere. But it's not the end of the world. We still have the internet. It still has millions of sources. If someone has said something and it feels false, go look it up. If they said that a former president has said that they actually hate every skin color ever and they pissed in a cup and drank it and this is real, look at this video. Okay, well, if this is real, this will have an actual source to it, yes? And when you go to look it up, you should be able to find it. You would be amazed how much stuff you can throw in the trash can with just a few minutes on Google. So I'm not saying it's the end of the world, and I'm not even saying that the internet or AI is a bad thing to have. I'm just saying that right now, a lot of people are using it in nefarious ways to further their agenda, to make themselves feel smart, and to win a petty internet argument, even if it means throwing all logic out the window and facts. So next time you're online, brothers and sisters, please Google, research, make sure you know your facts, and if you really want to debate someone, do it because you want to piss them off, but don't do it expecting to change their mind or expecting them to be good faith with you because 90% of the time they probably won't be. I hope you guys like that video. I like to make videos like this every single week. Video essays, just sitting here ranting, whatever the case may be. If you guys like this type of shit, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything you guys want me to react to or anything you guys are curious about my mindset or what I may be thinking about, and I may make a video essay on it. But if you guys want to vote on what my next video essay would be, I usually drop it weekly. Go ahead and go to my YouTube post. That's usually where I post it. And until next time, friends, I love you. I'll see you. Be smart. Use your brain. And stay safe out there.